Okay, you are going to eventually be taking notes. I'm going to do a little intro, then notes, and then an example. So this is the intro. You don't need to start taking notes yet. We have here a linear and proportional relationship. And the reason that we can tell that it's proportional is because it's a straight line and it goes through the origin. When our line is proportional, when our relationship is proportional, we can pick any point and make a ratio of y divided by x to get the slope. So in this case, y is 3 and x is 2. So we can get the slope of 3 over 2, and if we want, we can call it 1.5. That works for any point on this line. So if we chose this point up here, we would get, for y, we would get 6. And for x, we would get 4. 6 over 4 reduces to 3 over 2. So we have the same slope no matter where we pick a point on the line. I'm going to erase that. I'm going to pause for just a second and put a different line up. So hold on. There we go. Okay, so this line is linear, but it is not proportional because it does not go through the origin. So when that happens, you can't, and I'm just going to show you what does not work. You can't just pick a point and do y divided by x. So in this case, we would get 5 over 2. And if we picked this one up here, y divided by x, we would get 8 over 4, which is equal to 2. And 5 over 2 is equal to 2.5. So these are not equivalent. So you can't just pick a point and do y divided by x. So I'm going to give you the notes on what to do, and then we're going to do it. So here come the notes. So you can title this slope, find slope of a non-proportional line. Step 1. Pick any 2 points on the line. And we're going to give ourselves a little note here. Pick points that are easy to read. Step 2. Start at 1 point. Count the rise which is up and down, and the run, which is across, to the next point. And we're going to talk about, we're not talking about signs today, but we will talk about signs next week, okay? So talking about positive and negative Oops, that's supposed to be T. I'm talking about positive and negative next week. So if you have questions about that, we are definitely going to talk about it, but not yet. We're just going to get the basics down today. And then step 3, make a ratio. Rise over run. So let's go over to our graph. I'm going to erase this. We have a graph here. Step 1 says pick 2 points. So look at this point and this point. Notice you want to pick a good point, not a bad point. So these points are right on the grid. A point like, let me see, I'm going to do a green point. This point's not great. Can you even see that? I don't know if I can see that. Let's pick a different color. This point is not great, because it's not right on the grid, so it's hard to read. So these 2 points that I have circled in pink, they're right on the grid. So you kind of want to start and you kind of scan up until you find, oh, that point is right on the grid. It's right on the 5 and on the 2. I can read that easily. We've got another point up here that's right on the grid. That one would work. We have a point, I don't know if this goes off your screen. We have another point way up here. These points are all right on the grid. Any of these points would work. So you pick 2 good points. And here's the rise. That's the rise. It's how much it goes up. And then I think we'll do the run in a different color. And here's the run. How much it goes over. So if I want to count the rise, I start at the bottom point and I go 1, 2, 3. Helps to write it right on there. The rise is 3. The run is 1, 2. So instead of y divided by x, now because we're 8th graders, we have rise over run. And the rise is 1, 2, 3. So we went up 3. And the run is 1, 2. We went over 2. And we get 3 over 2. And that's our slope. Okay, you could say 1.5. There it is.